Hello, everyone. We are going to take a look at Hell's Kitchen and Redemption Row. I am joined here, I am Poindexter G. I am joined here by Miss Kitty, who has decided that she wants to be up here on this table right now. So she is going to join us. We'll see if she gets in the way. I suspect that she will, but we will see how this all goes here. What we are going to do is we are going to take a look at Redemption Row and Hell's Kitchen. We're going to take a look at both of these sets here. This is just going to be kind of an unbox and a look at what's in there. This isn't going to be like a fighter review or anything. Those are going to come a little bit later as I kind of go over all of these and look at them. Um, we can look at here on the box on them. We can see Redemption Row has Luke Cage, Ghost Rider, and Moon Knight. And Hell's Kitchen has Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye. So, all right, we are going to get to taking a look at these here. I was going to give a little bit just to make sure that everybody is, getting on here and seeing us okay. I think everything is running, but I'll give a little bit more time here. But I've been looking forward to these. I ended up ordering them at the same time, and Hell's Kitchen being delayed ended up making it take a little bit longer to get in. It's not a big deal, but we did get it. Yeah, it does look like I am streaming there. I haven't streamed on YouTube since rebuilding the computer here, so I just wanted to make sure everything was set up right. Okay, so we've got both of these. But anyway, I ordered them at the same time, so this one being a little late made that one being a little late made this one, or made both of them come in a little bit. Well, since this one was the one that was already out, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy first, and we'll give everyone else a chance to take a look at that. Okay, Miss Kitty is leaving the table now, so she has decided that she does not want to hang with us. One thing to show you here, this is the Battle of Legends Volume 2 box, and you can see why they are the same dimension. That way, they have made these a little bit smaller since they hold 3 fighters. It's all just a little bit more compact there. It's not quite as wide, so you know, you're not going to have them take up as much room. We see what's here on the back of this here. All of these nice things. Let's go and get this open. Actually, I have opened this up and taken a look at it, but I really haven't gone into a lot on it. Oh, we are just now got my clock ringing there. Let's go take a look at this here. We have our instruction manual, which has some of the nice art in it. I'll tell you that Moon Knight art is really crazy. That's some good stuff. Get through all this here, you can see. We have even, I know a lot of other publishers that they kind of just leave the other space on here, just white. I know I got um, the Marvel Splendor set, and it was just white everywhere else, and just printed around that. And Restoration's like, no, we're going to print the whole thing for you. So that is really amazing. We're going to put these dials together in a little bit. This is the map, which is the raft, which is what we have. And we can see we have spots here for tokens, which is the mechanic on this board here. We've got all these tokens, and we can see that these tokens have different things that they do there. And you can access them while you are on that space. You can play these as a scheme for an action, and these you just use during combat, just as you're doing it. They go on as a during combat effect. So you get to decide where in there they go. Like if it's a momentous shift, you can put it after it bumps it up to a 5, and then add the 1 or the 2 onto it afterwards. And this is actually a nice, fairly symmetrical board. We got a little bit different going on here on the sides here, but otherwise it's very similar board all the way through. It's a real interesting one. See how that will play. Let's take a look at these figures because this is what everyone wants to see. We have Moon Knight. Moon Knight is really amazing. This doesn't always want to. Yeah, I mean, look at that. He's actually kind of floating a little bit. His foot isn't touching the ground. This is one of the classic Moon Knight poses. I don't know much about Moon Knight. I'm learning a lot from the new Marvel show, but that is a really awesome looking figure there. We have Luke Cage, who's all right. Didn't really get his goatee particularly well on or at all on there, and I think that kind of makes him kind of a little disappointing. Although he does look better than the renders of him initially made him look, so that's not too bad there. So that's pretty good that way. I think I like how he comes out there. Then we got this guy, Ghost Rider, which this is just, yeah, that's pretty awesome looking. We need to get it to focus on him. He's got like the bike and the flames. There we go. That is really awesome there. We'll see how well these chains last on everybody because that's a part that's going to break off easy. But I'm glad they gave them to him because, you know, you can compare him to others and, he's just, huge with the bike. One interesting thing on here, I'm told this by people that are bigger Marvel fans than me because I don't know that much. There have been multiple characters that have taken on the Ghost Rider name. This is, I believe, a bike that is associated with Danny Ketch and not Johnny Blaze, as most people would think of as the classic Ghost Rider. Probably went with Danny's bike because it's a lot more simple there. It's not as complex and doesn't have all the crazy little details on it that Johnny Blaze's would. So it probably makes it model that's going to be more structurally sound. That's really good. All right, and we have for Luke Cage, we have Misty Knight. There's Misty. Yay. Okay, so let's go take a look at these decks. Now, what's curious here, I noticed this earlier. This is Moon Knight, which is really awesome. We'll get it out of the plastic there so you can see it. It's got Luke Cage's card on it there, so I'm thinking maybe they stuck um, all of the character cards in here with Moon Knight. Don't know. That's interesting. We'll see. And there's a reason why that's going to be interesting. I know a little bit more about these characters here in Redemption Row. I've actually played these characters because I figured it was going to be so long till I saw them that I may as well just go ahead and play them online. That is some awesome artwork there, having Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, and Khonshu. Yeah, and that looks like we got going on there. We've got Luke Cage's card, Ghost Rider's card, and then what? 3 cards here for Moon Knight. Yes, because he switches between abilities. You have Moon Knight, who has an ability. He will then switch to Khonshu at the end of the turn, and then Khonshu changes to Mr. Knight at the end of the turn, and then they just switch around. So 3 separate character cards for him. They've all got the standard back on them. It's just interesting that we have 3 of them. I like that they put the little image of them on there along with the quote. It's pretty nice. So we have that. And Moon Knight has some of the best looking artwork in this deck. Fist of Khonshu. Yeah, just some good looking stuff here. I mean, good enough for us. That's all 3 of them there. Wow, that's some crazy artwork. There's one. Yeah, this is some past and present intermingle is really awesome. This is some nice looking artwork here, despite just having to stay with the just with kind of white and black, like this one, just doing him in the white there. This is awesome looking stuff there. And we'll put those in there. Take a look at Luke Cage since he is next here. It's interesting they put all of the character cards with all the character cards there in Moon Knight's packaging there. Yeah, I know they already had to throw some others in there because of having three there. So we have Luke Cage. This goes with him. We have all these. And you can see the yellow color scheme, which is very associated with him. Sweet Christmas. Yeah, some nice looking stuff in here. Where's my money? Get paid. Misty's got some nice looking stuff. This one here, Daughter of the Dragon, which is a phrase that's associated with Misty Knight, but this you can see is got some artwork on it that really makes me think of Bruce Lee's deck. It doesn't quite match Little Dragon, but it does look like it could have come right out of Bruce Lee's. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, trash talk. This card is insane. We'll get into that later. Commanding Impact. He's got the same Commanding Impact pose as Sinbad has, and a regroup, which is going to be pretty good for him with his ability of taking 2 less combat damage from attacks. I mean, so it's basically going to be a 3. It's also a 3 value boost on a regroup. That's going to be interesting to talk about there. Now we're going to take a look at Mr. Vroom Vroom himself. Let's get in here to this guy. The Penance Stare. I like that his artwork here, that it has a chain around it. That's nice. Yeah, the Penance Stare. You can see all these pinks and yellows and oranges in there. It's just really vibrant colors there. I really like this artwork. I like that they've been able to find a unique style for all these, despite them all being Marvel fighters. That they're not just bland artwork on them. It's just some really awesome artwork. So yeah, that is pretty good. We'll go put some dials together in a bit. We're going to go ahead and put Redemption Row. Oh, I did not put Ghost Rider's character card on there with him. Okay, so we'll go put that over here. Now we're going to look at one that I haven't really seen much about yet. Oh, this plastic. That's the Hell's Kitchen set, which has Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye. We got a separate manual here, which once again has some awesome styling and artwork here on this, as always. And we see these dials here, and we see that Elektra is actually going to have a double-sided dial that's going to be like the Giles and Xander dial. In their case, it's because you're picking which one you're using. In her case, it's because you're literally flipping the dial that she resurrects after she dies. Here's the Hell's Kitchen map. The circles there. Or if you want to, if you want to see all the artwork here, you can look at this. Got like a construction site there, a Fisk truck turned over, some other buildings and stuff here. Right here we can see, doesn't show up real well, but a Nelson and Murdoch advertisement there. So yeah, really nice stuff here for Hell's Kitchen. That looks nice. It also has tokens on them, which I haven't even looked at what these tokens all do here. We got a +1, 2+2s. Interesting. First aid kit that recovers help. Map your next attack this turn can target any space. That's crazy. Payphone, choose one card in your discard pile and return it to your hand. Man, these are going to be some there's going to be some stuff that's going to be messing with the game here. This is going to make some fighters pretty crazy. Not sure what to think of those. That's something. Um, versus the Redemption Row, where the tokens weren't really as crazy. All right, here's Daredevil. Let's go ahead and get this there. And all of these guys on this here, they're all freaking ripped, man. I mean, there we go. You can see Daredevil. I mean, he's just like ripped, man. That's just something. But got that. You got Bullseye, who is like, also, they just like, once again, this dude's just like the super perfect human specimen here, which I don't know if that's what you think of with Bullseye, but that's what they got with it there. And then we have Elektra, who is right there, who has her size. She is in pretty good shape herself, but they tend to not make the ladies too muscly unless it's, She-Hulk or something. Just a moment here. I'm going to let this cat out the door so that she will quit whining. If you were in my video earlier, you saw her jumping around there on the table, causing problems. So we'll get her out of the way. All right, and we see that Elektra has her 4 hand assassins here, which see how well they show up on here. If you can see the detail behind them. Yeah, you can see them there. Yeah, so that's something. All right, let's look at these decks. Uh, pull those little doodads out. First things we're going to show you here. This is Daredevil's deck. This is Elektra's deck. And this is Bullseye's deck. And you're going to see these decks are not all the same size here. And in fact, Bullseye has the largest deck, and these two are shorter decks on there, and that's because of their deck mechanics, which I know a bit about. Bullseye has a full 30 cards. The other two have a little bit less. Let's go ahead and start with Daredevil here. We'll go in this order. Daredevil has a thing where his special ability has something to do with boosting. I actually haven't looked over it all the way. Where is the thing? I can't find the thing to open this one. It's harder to open these short decks, guys. Here we go. I think that was supposed to open from the other side, but the thing didn't seem to be there. Yeah, and this is if you have 2 or fewer cards in your hand, you may blind boost your attack or defense. Um, if you have Right. I got a thing that if I don't have any sound come through these headsets, they turn off after a certain amount of time. It doesn't realize that, I'm still using them. So, got to find some way to play something in the background there in these so that they don't turn off on me. But anyway, so you can see he has a lot of blind boosting. It's like, well, if you blind boost a lot, you would want to have like more cards in your deck, right? Well, that is true, but he's got stuff here that lets him, And we see his artwork is all pretty awesome. I haven't seen a lot of this yet. See, this one's like shuffle this card and the top four cards of your discard pile into your deck. So he's got ways to bring a lot of cards back into it. It also shuffles that card and the top four of the deck, which means if you don't feint those at the right time, he could make this loop and keep coming back. So he can just bring cards back into his deck. Um, so you choose an attack, defense, reversal card from your discard pile and return it to your hand. So you got three there that you can just bring right back through. This is pretty appropriate for Daredevil because Daredevil gets beat up a lot, man. And he has feints. But yeah, it's an interesting thing there. So he will always be bringing a bunch of stuff back into his deck, which is why it's short because he has less cards that he's dealing with, but he's just going to kind of keep looping them. Bullseye is just like he can hit you from like 5 spaces away or something. He ignoring zones. Oh, why is this plastic so hard? Yes, can attack from up to 5 spaces away, ignoring zones. He is ranged anyway. And we see some of the colors that he has in here. He's got these blue. Yeah, this guy. Some people would say that of all the fighters in this, Bullseye is the one that is truly playing without all the cards in his deck. I do like that feint. That's nice. It's like a, yeah. Is that two feints? Have two feints for Bullseye. Starting to get some of these fighters with two feints now. After Mary, it seems like something that may be a thing that'll happen. Yeah, but I like these blue. I like this one here. I mean, it's just like blowing up the chess. It's appropriate for Unmatched because Unmatched is better than chess. Yep, you heard it here. Yeah, these are pretty nice. This is some crazy artwork here. I like this. I like this artwork. I haven't seen this artwork. Haven't really looked over a lot of these effects yet either. I like that. Just like his eye kind of poking through there. All right, Elektra, who is Elektra and has the hand as her sidekick. This is the smallest number of cards in any Unmatched deck. Kind of the extreme opposite of Buffy, although Buffy always plays with 30. She has 35 in her deck. Okay, well, her thing is that you have Elektra and Elektra Resurrected. She's another one of these with two different character cards here. So you start off Elektra. It's like the first time she'd be defeated. Remove her and all hands from the board. She's not defeated. Start of your next turn, resurrect her. You ignore cards that have the, or not cards, but ignore symbols that have the hand. Then you like flip your health dial, shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Place Elektra and all hand back onto the board with each fighter in a different zone. And you must resolve effects with that. So like all of the hand come back and Elektra comes back. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. She's got 4 sidekicks too, so she's the first one since Robin Hood to have 4 sidekicks instead of 2. Going to poke up a little thing here real quick. Okay, so we'll put those there. We'll look at this. Or is hers the shortest? Maybe Daredevil's is smaller. I haven't counted the cards. No, they're both pretty small. side, just a blank versatile 4. That's pretty good. And you can see this one's defensive 3. And then later on, you get the hand effects that wouldn't be there. This one's interesting. Electra takes 3 damage, but she takes no damage instead once she's resurrected. So this is something to kind of get her to a point that you try to kill her. She only has 7 to start with. Yeah. Oh, so this is Mesmerize is interesting because before she dies, this is a get to look at their hand. Afterwards, you get to choose a card for them to discard. So this is going to be like Giles' Insight or Sherlock's card that reaches in there and just grabs one card out, except it gains an action, which means it's not a pass, but it's interesting. Cloaked in Shadow. This is a feint that gets more strong after she dies and comes back. This is some interesting things here. Got all these fists on here and no momentous shift to go with them, but it's what we got. So yeah, that's what we have going on here with Electra and the hand. Okay, let's go ahead and start taking all these things apart here. Okay, these aren't too bad to get apart. Okay, so this is Daredevil. Got those on the back, now on the front. That's nice. Go put this together. So yeah, I think this is some interesting abilities on these characters. They haven't really skimped on trying to make the characters unique. Listen, I didn't really go over the Redemption Row abilities quite as well as some of the others, so I may go back to that. Okay, 17. Bullseye. Of course, Bullseye does not have a 0 on his dial. He has a bullet hole, but it should be a thing. Kind of like it. I like these targets. It's nice. We have Electra. And we'll have a boop, 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 boop. Put that into you, that into you. It's fun to put all these together. I don't know if y'all are watching or not, but we're doing it here. Interesting, in the past, they've always given us a bunch of extra little pieces for dials and stuff, but seem to not here. So don't lose any of these. You're not going to get the extra ones like you're used to. Alright. This can just, go somewhere. Electra. Bullseye. Daredevil. These all look to be pieces for the sidekick tokens there. And we get that together. That one's ready to go. We'll open this. I'll kind of show you the abilities on this, guys, because I didn't really talk about these much. Moon Knight, it was just said, has 3 different character cards. Each persona or identity that he has changes there. So it's like, at the start of your turn, move up to 2 spaces for Moon Knight, which is pretty huge. Khonshu adds 2 to the value of his attacks, and he does not take damage from effects other than combat damage, which is pretty crazy. And then Mr. Knight just gets +1 on all of his defense values. We have Luke Cage, who takes 2 less combat damage from attacks, and then clarifies that if he's defending and if he doesn't take any damage, he wins, even if he didn't play a card, which can be important for some card effects. And the Ghost Rider has these Hellfire tokens that he's got, and when he plays a Hellfire token, he increases his move value up to 4. He can move through opposing fighters, and he can deal damage to everyone that he goes through. So that's the vroom vroom strategy. Just vroom vroom. We're gonna go bust through you there. Must be another one of these somewhere. Where did it go? Did I put it somewhere? Oh, there it is. I sat it over here. Like I said, they don't really have all the extras in here like you used to get. This is just four dials, 4 sets of Chicago screws there. So, you know, don't lose them. And Moon Knight. So like that, he's got like a hieroglyph here instead of a and hieroglyphs on the bottom of the dial. That's nice. Cage and Misty Knight. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see these. We know we got some other Marvel sets coming, and we got Jurassic Park coming. So, be cool to see how this is going to affect all of them. These for Ghost Rider. Got flames on the bottom of the dial. I like the little hidden things on the bottom of the dial. I said that's something that a lot of other publishers don't put a lot of effort into stuff like that, but they really do at Restoration, and I appreciate all of that. Then we have Hellfire tokens. Ghost Rider has a bunch of ways to gain Hellfire tokens via effects. I envision these Hellfire tokens being a little bit bigger in my head. So no, not a big deal, just a little surprising is all. They just thought they'd be a tick bigger. And these guys. And we put all these schemes and versatile tokens here together. Alright, so that is nice, guys. So that's what we're looking at. That and the instructions back in. And there we go, guys. That's our first 2 Marvel sets. Redemption Row and Hell's Kitchen. So I will have some I will have some fighter reviews for these 6 characters coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of character reviews because we're going to have more show up there. We're going to have Jurassic Park show up with 2. We're going to have Houdini and Genie with another 2. We're going to have another 6 Marvel fighters on top of that. So that's another 10 that we've got coming. And we know there are more sets beyond those that haven't been announced yet. Why so low resolution? The answer to that maybe is that I just redid my computer recently, and I may have not got all the settings for this stream set properly. Um, I had everything set, and then I lost it all. What is my output resolution? My stream resolution. Oh, it is down. Well, um, that was not the plan to run it that low. I didn't realize that was happening. So I'll have to fix that for the next stream on here. Like I say, that's what happens when you end up wiping out your hard drive to do. I was trying to upgrade to a larger hard drive on my system, and yeah, it didn't clone it well and had to completely reinstall. I should have looked down there that the bit rate down there is pretty low, so I should have guessed that something was amok because it's not running at the full resolution there. Well, next time we'll get that right and it'll be a little better. I'm not going to redo this all for this here, so it'll just have to be better for next time, but I'll fix that for then. All right, guys, all of y'all got to see that. That's a look at these. If you're curious about those are right now for sale on the Restoration's website. We should have a little bit later this month will be the street date where these will go to the retail, and so they'll show up there. Yeah, I know. Like I said there, I just managed to mess up the resolution on it, so I'll have to fix that for the next one. But we're already done with this one, and I didn't catch that till the end there. But we'll have that fixed next time. So anyway, these are, let's say, available. All of the others are, all the other sets out there are still available. Volume 2 here, Battle of Legends Volume 2 is not all that old. That came out in like November, December, so it hasn't been around that long. So that's another one to look at if you haven't done it. That's a pretty solid set. But anyway, that's going to wrap this up here. Like I said, I'll have some more content for these coming out soon.